All right, I think we're going to get started. We're going to play Return to Ash. It is free on the Epic Games store this week, and it's supposed to be 2 to 3 hours for the first playthrough. This game has multiple endings, so if you want a completionist, you want to do it multiple times, there should be multiple ways to end the game out. We're just going to get started. I don't know a lot. I know it's a visual narrative type game. Oh, we got a lot of reading. Ooh, let's settle back. The hospital was empty. Quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snow day. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Weird. Normally opening my eyes to a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I felt no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bed sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, I felt completely normal. Well, either I'm cured, or this is a dream. Or I'm dead. Hello? I called out, but no one came. Nurse? I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. Or these are some next level painkillers. What am I supposed to do now? Okay, I could just die right now, just immediately. We can end the run. This is like the FNAF thing all over again. Let's wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I decided to wait patiently. Let's just hang out. There are 3 options. 1, I'm dreaming, and I'll wake up soon. 2, I'm dying, and this part is supposed to be my life flashing before my eyes. That's sad. It's just that I've spent so much time, so much of that life in a hospital room, there's nothing else to show. Or hopefully 3, someone will come and check on me sooner or later. A nice doctor will reassure me that everything is normal and there's nothing to worry about. Someone, please come. I don't like the other options. No, let's try to leave the room. Fine, I'll just go and find someone. I put on some slippers and walked into the hall. I was kind of afraid it wasn't going to let me do that. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Oh, it's The Walking Dead. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you'd see a nurse or 2 scurrying in the halls. Or at the very least, a janitor. But it's broad daylight and there's absolutely no one. My footsteps echoed quietly in the eerie silence. I peered around the corner to see another empty stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. I slept through the fire alarm and everyone already evacuated, and I was left behind in the confusion. Or it's the rapture, so it's not their fault if I was left behind. Maybe it was a nuclear apocalypse. Isn't there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? That must be what it is. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. Finally, a figure appears, saving me from my madness. Oh, it's a stylish woman. Hello? Hi? I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I'd expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on all the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I inevitably found someone. So stupid. I didn't think anyone else was here. She looks me up and down, glancing to my IV and then back to my face. She's expecting a response. Cool tie. That's a cool tie. Thanks. Are you feeling okay? I couldn't help but notice that you're on an IV that you're dragging around with you. Well, I'm in a hospital for a reason. Her smile falls. Sorry for being a depressing person, lady. She gives me a pitying look, then pauses to consider her next words. Listen, this isn't a hospital. You died. Well, that's pretty blunt. Ah. Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? If I'm dead, why are you worried about that? I was just really hoping you weren't going to say that. Nah, right, of course. Why would it matter to her if I was having a heart attack? I know, right? Why is it gonna... I'm dead. I mean, I assumed as much. I just didn't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just that I don't remember the gruesome details. I guess I should be thankful for that. Still, to die at my sleep at the ripe age of 22. Oh. It's not good. It's not how I expected my life to come to an end. The doctors never told me I had however many weeks left to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing right now. Out of necessity? Out of habit? I'm sorry, it took me some time to process my own death too. You're dead? Okay, everybody's just... There's a hospital for the dead. She's been here for 3 months now, give or take. I wonder how she died, but it's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. It's not like I'd want to spill my life story either. Is it... If you've died, is it your life story then? So what's your story, kid? She asked. I'm not a kid, I'm 22. Really? But you look so young. Being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess. Why are we talking about this? I died, who cares what I look like? 4 years younger than me. Finally someone I can relate to a little better. How many people are here? Surely lots of people have died before these two. My life is pretty far from average 22-year-old's experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's so unbelievably rude. I don't know. Like, she's just having a conversation. It's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I mean, yes. It's hard to explain. Was it apparently I can scroll up and down. I continue to be astonished. Can we talk about something else? Can I hit space? I was asking because I wanted to discern what your goal might be. My goal? I'm dead. There's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. I don't know, though. You never know. Like, you don't know what's on the other side. Maybe when we leave here, we go to another place with goals and things. She laughs. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we should give up on living. You're just changing. My name is Scarlet, and I'm going to get my second shot at life even if it kills me. Moving words for someone who's already dead. What about you? Do you want to go back? Do I want to go back? Go back to where? Yeah, like, where are we going back to? To where I left off before I was hospitalized? Resuming the stasis I've been in for the past 7 years, it just doesn't sound all that appealing to me. It's not that I'd rather be dead, it's more like, now that I've died, I feel like I could come to accept it. My head doesn't hurt, and I've been standing here for a while now without feeling dizzy. That's pretty big for me. I wonder if I even need this IV anymore. I answered her honestly. I don't know. That makes sense. It sounds like you just got here, after all. What's your name? It's Ashley. Ash for short. Alright, Ashley, walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately with complete confidence that I would follow right after her. So I did. It's kind of cute so far. I was promised some sort of games. Like, puzzles and whatnot. Scarlet walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife as if we were a speech she'd rehearsed and recited 20 times. And maybe she had. Clearly I wasn't the first dead person she'd welcomed here. It was surreal, thinking about the situation I was in, but also how I had no trouble focusing on her explanation despite that. Usually I feel so lost in a fog, but my mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlett's explanation, I should consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here. It's unclear exactly where we would move on to. Apparently, that's up to Death. We were on our way to meet them now. We're gonna go meet Death? I hope they're cool. Like, American God's cool. You know, that Death, Anubis. I'd go hang out with him. Right. We're thirsty. There's nothing to eat or drink here anyway. We can't sleep? You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse health effects. Safe to say it's unnecessary. You know for sure it's been 3 months? Time is definitely passing. I've been using my watch to track the days. Because there's no sunrise or sunset. Oh. I slow my pace and Scarlet stops in front of me. There's a pitying look on her face. The stasis isn't so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. It does look pretty bright. Scarlet laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light was unnerving. If I had a choice of which hospital to spend purgatory in, I'd say St. Fellows was the better option. At least there I had the changing seasons to look forward to. How it would get quieter after visiting hours were over. The chatty nurses telling me about their day as they changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. The alternative is to just feel miserable all the time. I'm not miserable, I'm still alive! But I can't even say that anymore. I grip the pole of my IV stand a little tighter. I'm still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with Death too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. The elevator doors opened to reveal a man stacking coins in the center of the floor. Whoa! Lay off the coffee. Don't come in! I blinked at the confusing sight, but Scarlet cut in without missing a beat. You're still at this? It's been 2 days. There's a lot of coins, and the deadline's coming up pretty soon. Scarlet leaned her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can we get in? I'm taking Ashley here to meet Death. Could you maybe catch the next one? No. Scarlet forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy, Miss Scarlet? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow and I stepped in the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins at my feet. I don't have to be mean to the guy. He just wants to stack up some coins in purgatory. It was an awkward ride indeed. Awkward ride. When we reached the basement, Scarlet went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stacks from her reckless stride, but it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seemed more focused on escorting me to wherever Death was, I guess. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least, I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seems something used for a board game rather than by pirates. Curious, and not particularly in any rush to meet Death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins, mister? Celadon. Well, that is a unique name. I don't believe I've ever seen that name before. And you're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Celadon picks up a small stack of coins and transports them to the larger pile beside the elevator. This process is methodical and efficient. I can tell he really has been at this for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shuffles back into the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Death told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reaches a certain amount, his soul will be released. They have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. That does indeed sound tedious. I don't mind, it's good exercise. And so he goes back for the next round of coins. Couldn't he just make stacks of one and just lay them all flat? Leave him, Ashley. He's done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. Oh. As Scarlet walks away again, the elevator doors begin to close. Celadon stumbles from his place to block them. The stack of coins he's holding wobbles dangerously, but he quickly steadies them and continues his work, as if nothing has happened. I feel sorry for him. Oh, man. Do we help him? I do feel sorry for him. I want to know if I can just, like, one stack them. Like, one line them. Alright, let's do Scarlet. I don't want to be left behind. I back away from Celadon and leave him to his trial. She's grinning. You know, the reason I volunteered to bargain with death for you is because I don't want to see you end up like Celadon. In other words, she took pity on me. I really wish... Wait a minute. She was surprised to see me. So, if she was surprised to see me, what does she mean that she bargained with death? Maybe things would have gone more smoothly. Thanks for your help, Miss Scarlet. You know what I'm saying? There's a little something going on here. You don't need to call me Miss, Ashley. We're equals here. That's funny. I don't feel like I'm being treated as an equal at all. Still, I can't help smiling back. If she wants to take me under her wing, that's a net positive for me, right? Scarlet motions for me to follow again, and I obey. Best not to overthink it. I steel myself as she escorts me further down the hall, toward death. The room I found myself in now had walls lined with metal drawers. I know, yeah, this is the morgue. Yep, there's for storing human bodies. You pull the door open, a panel slides out with a corpse on it, seen it on TV. Same. This is the basement of the hospital, where they take patients who succumb to their illness or injuries. And Scarlet took me here. I'm really dead. Fucking died. No matter how many times I say it in my head, it still doesn't sink in. I'm still thinking and walking and talking. How can I really be dead? You're joking, right? She turns to me, genuine confusion in her eyes. The morgue? My voice cracks. I can't stay calm when faced with this. Is that how you see it? This is obviously the morgue, I agree. Are you okay, Ashley? No, I don't know. I'm in a morgue. The fear is so visceral, my heart isn't beating faster at all. Is it still beating? When did it stop? It's not beating anymore, is it? Scarlet, I don't want to die. I don't want to be dead. I feel the same way, which is why we need to bargain with death. I try to calm my breathing. She's right. This is what we came for. Sorry. Don't worry, it's a normal reaction. I feel like an idiot for freaking out. I was told a long time ago that I'd die young, but it still always felt so far away. Imagining myself being slid into one of these cold metal drawers. TP forgotten by everyone I'd ever known. But everyone already forgot about me, didn't they? Oh. That's how I felt before. No visitors in over a year. Might as well not exist to them. It's more convenient if I don't exist. How will they feel when they hear the news? Relieved? I don't want to think about it. How did you die? I asked the question point blank. She pried into my life before, so this is just a bit of payback, I guess. I don't remember the specifics. I woke up here 3 months ago. Caledon was focused on his trials, and Death refused to talk to me. There have been a few others, but they haven't stuck around long. I'm not sure how any of them got out, or if they were able to revive at all. She talks quickly, in another speech that feels rehearsed. She must have relayed this story a number of times by now. I searched the building for clues, but the computers don't boot up and everything in the filing cabinets is completely blank. All I know is that Death is in charge and seems to have some control over who can leave via the trials. Which means bargaining with them might really be my only way out, if there is a way out of here. You're sure we can bargain with them? Well, don't expect results right away. They don't like their recently living. Great. Guess I'll have to figure out a way to get on Death's good side. Where is Death, anyway? I thought they'd be lurking around here. They usually are. I take a look around now that the shock of being in a morgue has worn off a little. I wonder if the way out is to just accept that you died. Like that was one of the first questions you're asked. On the opposite side of the room is a large pile of coins that have been meticulously stacked. Celadon's work, I guess. What's the point of this? A show of dedication? Repaying his sins, maybe? You'd have plenty of time to reflect on your life if you spent 2 whole days doing this. Or maybe you'd be so focused that you don't think at all? Wondering these things to myself isn't going to answer any questions. I turn to Scarlet. What else has Caledon had to do for his trials? Oh, I stopped caring. It's all meaningless anyway. Blunt as always, the trials are a waste of time, actually. Death always finds a way to claim you've lost. But people are leaving. Oh, this must be Death. You calling me unfair? Bro. It's hipster Death. That is definitely Death. Yeah, hipster Death. You came out of nowhere. Don't do things like that. You're going to give Ashley a heart attack. It's not possible. Thank you. Just then, Celadon came stumbling into the room with a stack of coins in hand. Oh, everyone's here. We have business with Death. Could you try not to disturb us? But my trial. Is this not enough coins? It's insanity. He places his stack of coins in the pile, then scurries out of the room. Have some self-respect. What's your business with me, Scarlet? They ask flatly, their sigh muffled by the skull mask covering their face. That is a mask, right? The gloves they're wearing look a little like the kind I've worn for Halloween as a kid. Ashley wants to revive. You're going to release her soul from this place. She speaks for me and I let her. There's no way I can talk like that to Death myself. Am I? Celadon sneaks back into the room with another stack of coins and quietly adds them to his pile. Yes, you are. Look at her. She's on an IV, for God's sakes. So if she revives, she could die anyway. Thanks for the reminder. That's besides the point. Seems relevant to me. Why should I bother? Because maybe a near-death experience is what she needed in order to be miraculously healed. She could go on to live a full life. That's kind of a weird argument to make. I'm certainly not expecting any miracles. She's young. Does she look like she belongs here? Celadon's coins clatter in the background. To me, she looks like someone who'd rather rely on a stranger than face her problems herself. Ooh, cut into the nitty-gritty. We're not strangers. We did just meet. Scarlet gently puts a hand on my shoulder. Let me do the talking, Ashley. I think I could talk to Death on my own, thanks. Ousted from the debate over my own soul, I retreat to the opposite side of the room. Death probably thinks I'm pathetic now, like how Scarlet feels about Celadon. A pathetic little worm doing whatever they're told, relying on the strength of others. Pitiable and weak. He glances at me, then hurriedly returns to stacking his coins. But before he can leave the room, Death blocks his way. Time's up, Donnie. Celadon, Donnie. Okay. Please stop calling me that. Only my mom calls me Donnie. Scarlet comes over. Schedule's full, babe. Come back with a better argument tomorrow. I'm busy. Just tell him he failed and get it over with. Please don't do that. I worked really hard. Excuse me. Are you really going to check through every coin? Not just check them. There's a hint of smirk. I'm gonna flip them. Flip, and there's the catch. For every coin you brought, we're gonna play heads or tails. If any of them land on tails, you lose. Wow. What are the odds of getting heads so many times in a row? 50-50 for each coin. It is possible. There's still technically a chance you could pass. I would have won the lottery by now. Death flips the first coin. Heads. Heads. They're definitely taking pleasure in this. Celadon cringes visibly at the sound of each coin being tossed. The third coin lands, and then a fourth. He watches the results, unable to speak, but it can't go on forever. In fact, it might be set up to make him start to think he has a chance only for death to take that away. It's just a coin flip, but they managed to turn it into immense psychological torture. Bringing fewer coins would have given him better odds, but then, would he fail for not meeting the minimum requirement? I see why Scarlet didn't bother to help him before. Death trials are made to be unwinnable. The coin flips pause and Death turns to me. Hey Ashley, heads or tails? I wasn't asking you. Death wants me to call it heads. Heads. They flip the coin. Tails. You lose, Celadon. Crushing his spirit giving him hope, only to snuff it right back out. What do they gain from toying with people like that? Celadon has done a lot of these, right? I can't stop myself from speaking up. The situation is too unfair. Yep. So why can't you just release his soul? He's tried pretty hard, right? He's got plenty of time. Wow. What do you mean? Death mounts their scythe like a witch on a broomstick. I was just thinking there was some Harry Potter stuff. My eyes follow them. I can only think of how the ceiling is higher than I expected. They drift to a stop, then grasp the handle on one of the metal doors. Oh, I don't want to see a corpse. Why do the walls look infinitely tall, and how had I not noticed that until now? The metal door swings open and a long drawer slides out. It's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it seems to be lined with rows and rows upon hourglasses? His is in here. What are those? The countdown for every soul that comes here. Countdown? Why is this the first I'm hearing of a countdown? Because you never asked. That's wild. This is how long you have left to live. The sand in the small hourglass falls steadily down, a human life measured in grains of sand. Nice try, we're already dead. Not quite. Celadon stares at the ground, wringing his hands. What do you mean? Death descends again, Celadon's hourglass in hand. Want to see what happens when I turn this over? They say it in a teasing voice like it's a game to them. This is someone's life. No! Celadon says what we all must be thinking. But it's cool, check it out. When Death flips the hourglass over, we all expect the sand inside to reverse direction. But it doesn't. It continues falling upward, defying gravity. Defying gravity! This is how long we have left to live, meaning we are still alive. And maybe because we're still alive, we have a chance to revive. Scarlet said she'd been here for 3 months. How much time does she have left? How much time do I have left? Scarlet lets out an incredulous huff. So you're just going to torture him until his time runs out? Will you release him once it gets down to the wire, or let him die in the end? That's up to him. Unbelievable. We're, still alive? Even though this is the afterlife? Didn't Scarlet tell you? I look to Scarlet, but she's already stormed away. She taps her foot, facing away from us. This is the afterlife for souls who died a social death. Y'all ended up here. Y'all. I can't have Death saying y'all. Y'all ended up here because you're miserable losers. Oh my god. Bro, if I thought I died and death showed up and called me a miserable, said y'all, first of all, and then called me a miserable loser, I would die for real. I mean, that's it. We're done. Scarlet brought me back up to the floor where we first met. In her hands was an hourglass, one Death had given her when she asked for it. She eyes it suspiciously. Didn't she tell you? That's what Death said. Scarlet could have told me we weren't really dead. She's apparently known it all along. So why did she give me the wrong impression? No, she specifically told me that I died. That's not a lie by omission, it's just a straight up lie, isn't it? I agree. What else is she not telling me? Based on her reaction, I can tell she didn't know about the hourglasses. But what about everything she told me before? Was any of it true? I'm telling you, something's up. I slow my pace. We need to talk about this. Something she said earlier put me off. She finally looks up from her hourglass and directly into my eyes. You told me that we died, but according to Death, that isn't really true. You, knew that it was a social death, didn't you? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Because I don't trust them. I don't trust anything Death says implicitly. Their trials, for instance, I've never once seen anyone pass them. But others made it out before, right? Maybe they passed their trials without you noticing? I've yet to confirm that. They just seem to disappear after a while. You think Death is lying to us? I know that I'm dead, Ashley. She suddenly seems very intense. I'm taken aback by the coldness in her voice. How are you so sure? Because I was murdered. Okay, fair enough. Scarlet glances down the empty hallway, then steps into one of the rooms. Does she want me to go in after her? We're gonna leave. But she got a little bit snippy, and I want to check out the rest of this area. I head back to the elevator to gather more information on my own. Where should I go? Ooh. We've been to the morgue. Let's try the entrance. I haven't spent much time looking around the first floor. I'll head there. I find Celadon in the lobby. He's turning his hourglass over in his hands. The sand is still steadily flowing in one direction. I'm sure he's still thinking about the trial. At least I would be if I had just wasted the past couple days going up and down an elevator carrying coins around for no reason. Now I know I made the right decision leaving him to it before. My help would have only made it worse. Although we haven't gotten to talk much because of that. Try getting to know him a little better. I agree. Let's get to know him. He seemed kind of cool. Hey, let's talk. Baller name, by the by. I've never heard Celadon. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly, but... sure, Ash. Is there something in particular you wanted to talk about? Everything that happened, I guess. Yeah. How are you feeling after all that? Probably a lot to take in, huh? Death called us miserable losers. That's a little harsh, right? Yeah, I'm not really miserable, but they're right about me not having any friends. Well, I'll be your friend. Everyone needs a pal after all. I'm struck by his warmth. He seems so genuine. Can I call you Donnie? Please, anything but that. We share a laugh and continue chatting. I tell him about myself, how most of my life has revolved around my illness, being hospitalized, how I hadn't had any visitors in over a year. That must have been what marked my social death. My family, everyone, I was dead to them. It hurts to think about, so I changed the subject. What was your life like? How long have you been here? You know, I'm not really sure how long it's been. Scarlet's the only one with a watch. And it doesn't get dark. The days must really blend together, huh? Yeah, it's probably been a few years. A few years! Could you ask Death to find out? They don't like me very much. He sits in one of the chairs and I take the one beside him. He's been in here for a few years. My life before this was, I don't know. I ran my own business. I had a wife. I thought my family cared about me. But I went into debt, No matter how much effort I put into my job, I just sunk deeper and deeper. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to. Working hard, hustling, you know. His breath grows unsteady. I don't know what to say, so I keep listening. When she handed me the divorce papers, I thought, great, now I can spend more time selling products. My whole family stopped talking to me. I don't know what I did wrong. Those products help people, but my mom called it a scam. But it's not a scam, they're health supplements. I use them myself. If you have enough people in your downline, you can make thousands of dollars a week. You just have to keep recruiting. Oh, he's in a pyramid scam. No, bro, no. And it's fun. You get to work from home and talk to people you never would have talked to before. It's the kind of work you could even do from a hospital bed. Heck, you might feel better if you take them yourself. Bro, stop trying. He's trying to upsell me right now. Health supplements. The company is called You Thrive. Get it? Because it makes you thrive. His mood changed really suddenly. I've never really heard of this company, but it sounds important to him. Ash, when we get out of here, I'll send you the sample kit. You can try it for yourself. Yeah, he's 100%. He dipped into sell mode. That's okay. I shouldn't be taking supplements without my doctor's permission. That's what's great about You Thrive. It doesn't interfere with any medications. It just boosts your immune system, along with many other great benefits that I would love to tell you about for $19.95 a month. This is getting weird. Why is he giving me a sales pitch when we might be stuck in the afterlife forever? Celadon? I'm healthy, so it didn't make any sense that I died. And now he seems back to normal. So this social death thing, that must be it, because no one talks to me anymore. They all blocked my number. Did he scare everyone off with how intense he is about his job? That's pretty sad. Well, at least we have each other, right? We're not friendless losers anymore. That was a little awkward. Celadon smiles at me, then takes his hourglass from his pocket. He stares down at it with great sadness in his eyes. The years he spent here doing Death's Impossible trials, that must have taken its toll on him. Beneath this friendly exterior is a man on the verge of breaking. I pat his back, not knowing what else to do. If he was to revive, would he be able to make new friends? Would I? I don't know what to say. Hey, good luck on the next trial. I'm sure you'll pass one eventually. Celadon? Right, yeah. He slips his hourglass back in his pocket. Thank you, I'll do my best to pass the next trial. I'm having fun. This is kind of endearing a little bit. And currently free on the Epic Games store, if you're interested. After saying goodbye to Celadon, I step into the elevator and make my way to the basement. It's time to speak to death. I agree. Let's find out what's going on here. When the elevator door opens, Death's scythe drops in through the small gap like a guillotine. The blade sticks in the floor, set a couple inches deep. It takes me a moment to register what happened. Thank God I wasn't standing right there. Once the door is fully open, they jostle the handle and swing their weapon back over their shoulder casually. I've been expecting you. To kill me? Want to hang out? I don't know. You know what? If there's anybody in the universe, I bet Death would be fun to hang out with. You're not going to swing your scythe at me anymore, right? Don't be such a baby. Follow me. I think I have a choice. When I look back at the elevator floor to check the damage, I'm surprised to see it's gone. Death brings me back to the morgue, but the atmosphere has completely changed. What the? Is this a different room? It's my room. How'd you deck it out so fast? This place looks extremely lived in, from the half-eaten bag of snacks on the floor to the controllers scattered near the beanbag chair. Oh, we gaming! Magic, don't worry about it. Right, I should know better than to ask that, considering I've also seen them fly. The big screen TV catches my attention. There's a tantalizing lineup of all the latest game consoles below it. Are we gonna play some video games? I'm getting a little excited now. The only games I had in the hospital were my favorite childhood handheld. Death strides over to the controllers on the floor and picks one of them up. We're going to play GTA 5. Oh my goodness. GTA? Glorious Devils of Avarice? How have you not heard of that? The kids down the street I grew up with had one of those games. I watched them play it. Sin Town 1, I think? Yeah, that's the old one. 5's cooler. It's got way better graphics. How do you play? It's single player. You just watch. Wow, what fun. How long am I going to be stuck here hanging out with them? I'm telling you. I would hang out with Death for a little while. Play some GTA? Death turns the console on and boots up the game. The graphics really are better than Sin Towns. I used to like the drive, like you would drive around the city. Play the side tangent. I play Vice City. Go drive around and try to find all the little cool jumps. Wow, so much fun. In GTA, you play as a devil girl named Lucy. She's like Lucifer. She's like if Lucifer were a sexy lady. It's a raunchy game that appeals to edgy preteens and middle schoolers. In the case of my childhood friends, their parents didn't seem to understand the rating system and bought it out of ignorance. Do some research for your kids, man. There's a main story mode, but I think most people play the game for the sandbox aspect. You can pick up guns, steal cars, kill. It's GTA. It takes place in hell, so I guess you're killing other sinners. I don't think it's the kind of game with deep lore attached to it. Death loads a save and shows me their character. Lucy's dressed in cargo pants and a bikini top with a huge rifle on her back. She looks absolutely ridiculous, but the over-the-top aesthetic of the game is kind of the selling point. Check this out, they say, equipping a huge rocket launcher. They fire it at a gas station, then walk toward the camera in slow motion for a dramatic effect. The explosions in this game are so realistic. Actually, I've never seen an explosion in real life, so maybe they're not. They look more real than the ones from the previous game anyway. I comment on how cool it was while Death cackles away, stealing a fast-looking car and evading Hell's police force. They're having a great time. Mask's getting in the way. Oh, is he going to take the mask off? I felt like it would be a little bit of a chibi, like a little bit of a female, because of the little hair. One half of their head is shaved and the eyelids are caked in bright purple shadow. Their eyes flash with excitement over the game. They're going to send in the helicopters next. Sure enough, helicopters appeared. The edges of the screen flash red as the bullets rain down on poor Lucy. You'd better find some cover. I'm working on it. Lucy's car skids into a parking garage and one of the helicopters crashes into the side of the building in a huge explosion. Whoa! Dumbass AI never knows what to do when I drive into one of these. Death speeds through the parking garage before rolling out of their car, letting it crash into the outer wall. Sometimes it'll clip through and fly out into the street. The game's buggy as hell. They're making it seem like a lot of fun. I used to get motion sickness whenever I tried playing these types of games myself. Oh yeah? That blows. They pause the game quickly. Here it comes. You're not getting sick from watching, are you? No, I haven't had any symptoms since waking up here. It's kind of awesome. Do you want to play? Can I? Yeah, since you normally wouldn't be able to. I'll make you a new file as long as you don't save over my shit. Let's go. Yeah, thanks. Let's do it. It's been so long since I played a console game, it takes me a while to adjust to the controls. Why are 3D cameras so unwieldy? Gotta move it slow. Especially on there. Gotta move it slow. Whenever I hold up or down, it seems to go the opposite direction I want. It's so disorienting, but it's still pretty fun to run around, even if I'm not any good at the game. I spent some time driving around the fictional hell trying to obey traffic laws. I never learned to drive, so this is the closest I'll ever get. I'm too afraid to start a shootout with the cops, so I try my best to act like a good citizen. I brace myself, expecting Death to poke fun at my cowardice, but their attention is turned away from the screen. At some point, they'd pulled out a laptop and started typing away on it. Do you get the internet here? Yeah. Wait, like the real-life internet? What other kind of internet is there? Could I use it to contact my parents? No. Why not? For one, I'm busy. They stubbornly continue typing. I can't believe we had a connection to the real world, and they're keeping it all to themselves. Okay, that's fine. I don't know my parents' email anyway. Can't send email. It's read-only. So you can't even make a forum post? I wish. I'm stuck trolling people like you instead. Oh my god, I bet Death would be a wild person on a forum trolling people. Like, could you imagine, like, you post some kind of snarky comment somewhere, and then, like, Death replies, and they're like, yeah, but you die on the toilet. You win. I'm out. What do you do on the laptop, then? I'm making a game. Oh, you know how to make games. Yep, I'll even let you play this one when I'm finished. Oh, that's so cool. I've never met a game developer before. What kind of games do you make? You'll see. Go back to GDA, loser. I turn back to the screen obediently and resume driving around hell. I've always wanted to learn how to make games. I hope they'll teach me sometime. It's hard. Tedious, not hard, I should say. I lose myself in the game for a long time. The sound of a laptop shutting beside me brings me back to reality. That's enough of that. Death stops what they're doing to pick up their scythe again. The room transforms back to normal around us as if it were only an illusion. I thought up some good trials. Run and get the others, will you? Sure. Return to Ash. You know, it's playing some GDA with Death. Did we get everybody all gathered up here? We have, now that we have assembled. Avengers! Death taps their scythe on the floor and makes their announcement. Scarlet, it's time for your next trial. Pass. She said it so quickly, Death barely even had time to finish their sentence. Ash, then! They turn to me, I can feel myself starting to sweat. I made you something special. It's a video game. Oh? You finished the one we were working on? Yep, it's a card game. So that's what they were making on their laptop. I'm kind of excited to see it. They pull out a small handheld and offer it to me. It's a retro model similar to the one I got in elementary school. This is a Pain Boy. The card's already in there, so turn it on and try it out. I don't like the name. I want to pause for a second. I don't like the name. I don't like where we're going with this. Which means, if you can beat the game, you get to revive. I have a feeling Death designed something extremely difficult, probably impossible. Alright, let's try it. Can't hurt to try. It's called a Pain Boy. It's gonna hurt. Okay, how to play. The game begins with one joker face up. Pick up cards from 2 to ace. Collect the suits in this order. Oh, I need a notepad because I'm old and I'm never gonna remember that damn order. I could probably just take a picture of it with my phone, but we can't have that. Oh, okay. Look, you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta be old school, you gotta have some pen and some paper. So we're gonna go spade, heart, clubs, diamonds. Okay. The game begins with one joker face up. Pick cards from 2 to ace. Okay, it's the same one, so... Oh my... Oh my... Tedium! Still an 8. Okay, making sure it's not changing it. Oh my good lord. What's the... Did I hit give up by mistake? No! I give up. I don't have the patience for this. No! It's time for your next try. Did I actually click? I want to get a replay. I felt like I was hitting the button. Okay, Death, what is it? What do you want me to do? Not much. They open a different drawer. When they pull out a table, it appears to be empty. This game is simple. It's called Say When. Their movement is swift. Too quick for us to really do anything before Scarlet is hoisted up by the collar of her jacket and then shoved into the open drawer. Even Scarlet could hardly fight back. A shriek and someone started flailing, but what could have prepared her for this? The metal door makes a horrible echoing clang when Death slams it shut behind her. Celadon and I can only stare up in shock as Death snickers down from us on high. It's up to you to save her, Celadon. I'll let her out if you ask. But free her too soon and you lose the trial. Celadon looks up at the drawer. Scarlet is locked and frozen with indecision. A few thoughts rush through my head. The first is that this trial is even more cruel than the last. The second is that I'm glad it wasn't me who was shoved inside those drawers. And the third is, well, I'm ashamed to even have to thought it, but maybe she kind of deserved it. Celadon! She punctures her frustration with another loud bang. I can't tell if she's slamming her fists on the wall or kicking the door, or maybe both. Well, it's not like you'll die in there. This time we hear the slamming of a heel on metal accompanied by an enraged scream and then silence. In this trial, you can win by doing nothing at all as long as your conscience allows it. My conscience? The guilt you might start to feel over leaving her in like this. Or maybe in this case, self-preservation. The longer you leave her in there, the more time she'll have to plot an elaborate revenge. Death is not kind. Her voice comes out sweet this time, gentle like the tone she uses sometimes with me. This is pointless, we both know that. Death hasn't given you an exact time to target. It could be anywhere from hours to weeks, years. No matter when you win the trial, they'll say it wasn't enough. Are you going to risk that? How much time are you going to waste on this, Celadon? Come on, think about it logically. Because he was trying so hard, he has to give it up. He turns to Death. All I have to do is say when? Yep, simple as that. In that case, I shouldn't give up immediately. You said it yourself, Scarlet. It might only be a matter of hours. He has to give it up. Celadon, please. Her voice is firm this time, commanding. It at least give you some time to cool off, right? Alone time isn't so bad, is it? Celadon, if you don't let me out of here right now, I swear to God I'm going to find a way to kill you. See, you're angry. I don't want to let you out until I can be sure you're not going to hurt me. He needs to let her go. I think Scarlet's right. You might as well cut your losses. The sooner you call it quits on this one, the sooner you can tackle the next one. That is one way to look at it. Scarlet. You like helping people, right? Why don't you help me? Fuck you, let me out of here. I've been here for so long, I've done all sorts of trials, 10,000 push-ups, running laps around the building, humiliating myself in front of other lost souls. So many that I can't even remember them all. But I've screwed it up every single time, and now I've finally got a trial where I don't have to do anything to win. Aren't you happy for me? Wouldn't you do anything to help a poor guy like me? Scarlet isn't saying anything. Is Celadon really okay with leaving her in there? I'll stay with you, Scarlet. I'll make sure you won't get too lonely. So just put up with it for a little while. For me. Wow. I'd let her out. Celadon sits by the wall beneath the drawer he's been keeping Scarlet locked in. Her time could run out while she's stuck in there. She'll never revive. Scarlet? I call out to her weakly. Ashley. Her voice is hollow and cold. It's hard to believe this is the same cheerful lady I met when I first woke up here. I don't know what to do. This isn't right. You're friends with Death, aren't you? Convince them. Celadon's a lost cause. When I look around, I realize Death isn't here. They must have walked away at some point. Okay, Scarlet. I'll try. Can I really call someone who does this to people a friend? And would they really call off the trial if I asked? I'm the only one who can help Scarlet now. I have to do something. I agree. We gotta help her. I leave the morgue and look around searching for Death. I don't see them anywhere in the hall. Did they go upstairs? Maybe they're hiding, watching over us from somewhere. They told me before that they know where everyone is. I wonder if they have some kind of surveillance system they can view from their laptop? No, I'm thinking too literally. They can do magic! There's no limit on what they are capable of, probably. If they can turn invisible, I'll never be able to find them. What can I do to stop this trial? For now, I'll take the elevator to the lobby. Death doesn't seem to be lurking around the front entrance either. What should I do? Searching the entire building seems like a waste of time. They'd only laugh at me for doing that. I need to get their attention. That's what brought them to me the first time. Although I'm not sure attempting to walk out into oblivion again will do anything for me. Would they even care to stop me? I can't risk something like that. Is there anywhere else they wouldn't want me to go? Or maybe something they're keeping from me? The computer. Death said they get internet here. They wouldn't let me use their laptop though. What about the computers here? I wonder if I'd find in the local files. Also, why are we still carrying the IV around? I feel like we could probably let that go. I walk over to the receptionist desk and take a seat in front of the monitor. When I press the power button on the computer tower, nothing happens. Okay, troubleshooting time. I used to play on the family computer a lot before I got sick, and my dad taught me all sorts of technical stuff. Probably so I wouldn't need to bother him if I ever broke something or accidentally installed a virus. That's why. That was back before he got his promotion, when he wasn't on call 24/7. After that, being on the computer for too long gave me a headache, and then I barely spent any time with my dad at all. I haven't thought about that in a long time. I didn't realize I kind of missed those days. This is the first time I've been able to sit in front of a computer in years. What am I doing to get distracted now? Scarlett's in trouble. I try booting in safe mode. There has to be some way to... It worked. Text appears on the otherwise blank white screen. It isn't the system text I expected, but a welcome message. Welcome to the afterlife. Please do not despair. That's solid. At this time, your death is merely a social one. It is likely the world has not been kind to you. This space was created as a place of relaxation and recovery for lost souls. It may even serve as respite until you are ready to move on. Beware the front exit, for it leads to oblivion. This is the path for those who choose to abandon society and commit to isolation. To return to your life, you need only to enter the elevator. Carry the hope to connect to others in your heart, and the exit will reveal itself to you. Without love, it cannot be seen. We are praying for your peaceful revival. This is... You weren't supposed to see that. Death voice comes over the PA system. So now you know the way out, huh? What are you going to do, Ash? Stop Celadon's trial. I cry out, unsure if they'll hear me. The snicker in response tells me that they did. And I almost thought you were cool, but you're just like everyone else, aren't you? If they can hear me, or are they nearby, is it part of whatever surveillance system they have going on? There's no reason for this trial to go on if we know the way out. We can all revive together. Come on, I thought you liked it here. I would have let you play all the GDA you wanted. I carefully scanned the lobby for signs of death. If I could just talk to them face to face. Instead, you're pretending to care about these worthless strangers. It's pathetic. The door to the stairwell is propped open. I pick up my IV stand and start running toward it. We don't need the IV stand. You can leave it behind. When I burst through the door, Death's footsteps echo just ahead of mine. They're running up the stairs. Not wanting to lose them, I follow as fast as I can manage. I'm surprised I can keep up this pace. I haven't run in years. Probably not since early middle school. Worthless strangers, though, huh? I know I haven't really made an effort to get to know either of them. But Scarlett and Celadon, they're trapped in this place just like me. Scarlett's even trapped in the worst place of all. It's not right. I'm the only one who can do anything about this. I thought if it was me, Death might listen, but will they? The stairs eventually come to an end, and a door at the top opens. Blinding light spills into the stairwell as I run up the last of the steps. The roof is bright and empty, save for a single dark figure, a few meters from where I stand. Death drifts lightly just above the ground. They aren't flying away. Does that mean we can talk after all? You caught me. Was that message on the computer, is it really true about the elevator being the way out? Why don't you find out for yourself? Death gestures behind us. The elevator is there. Did it always go all the way up to the roof? No, that doesn't matter. They just want to keep me from interfering with their trial. If I leave now, Scarlet and Celadon will be stuck here. So I'm not going. I can't leave yet. When I turn around, Death has dropped back down to my level. Shouldn't you have gone to them then? Tell them the truth. See if they believe you. Scarlet asked me to convince you, and I thought we were kind of becoming friends. I don't understand why you do these cruel things. Dumbass, I've never had a friend in my life. I'm Death. There isn't a single human who isn't afraid of me, who doesn't resent me. It's true that I'm afraid of dying, but you're just like a normal person. The only one here who I can relate to even. That's why you acting like this, it hurts. So you had the wrong idea about me. Get over it. What are these trials really about anyway? They're not necessary for anyone to revive. Do you really just enjoy torturing people? Yes, you moron. It's my job to give these assholes zero chance of reviving. I'm taken aback by Death's words. If that's true, then... If you really mean that, then that makes us enemies. I pick up my IV stand again. What are you doing? This is the only weapon I have. I hold it up, my hands shaking under its weight. You want to fight me? That's the funniest thing to come out of your mouth all day. A glint of metal passes in front of my face and I instinctively jump back. You have to stop the trial or else I'll... What, you're gonna whack me? You trying to play the hero like this? That pisses me off more than anything. They swing again and I try to block this time. To my surprise, I'm able to hold my ground. How could you do that to Scarlet? Why do you treat everyone so horribly? Because I hate them. I get off on torturing them, just like you said. If you hate them so much, why not just let them go? Because I can never leave. Why should they get to? They swing again. This time their scythe hooks on the metal stand and it goes flying out of my hands, over the side of the roof. We're on the roof? I didn't realize we were on the roof. I'm tugged along with it. I hear the sound of Death's scythe dropping as they run after me. The last thing I saw was the mix of horror and regret on their face as they reached a hand out to me. Their figure becomes smaller and smaller until... I got a bad ending? The hell? That's it. Bad ending. Bro, what the hell? Fuck this game. What the hell? So, I tried to help people, and then that was it. Like, okay. So, I liked the story. I thought the story was a little bit interesting. I'm in shock about the sudden Death killed you bad ending. Death shoved you off the top of a roof. Well, that was a little bit of a roller coaster, let's be honest. So, yeah, I mean, that's Return to Ash. That's Return to Ash bad ending. I might come back and try another again to see if we can have a better ending at some point. Drop a comment down below. Let me know. Did you get a bad ending? Did you get a good ending? Did you get one of the other endings? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Wild ass ending.